JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, tropical storm Melissa drifting away from Jamaica, but shift may be short-lived. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Principal Director of the Met Service of Jamaica, Evan Thompson, says that while tropical storm Melissa's current drift toward the east-southeast is moving it away from the island, the development may be short-lived.
Mr. Morris Dixon, and a very good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, Prime Minister, all our ministers of government, Cabinet Secretary and members of the board of PSs, all our heads of agencies and departments, and of course the representatives and the media and the people of Jamaica who are listening. A very good afternoon to you at this time. I just want to give you a quick update on what is happening out there. We've been talking a lot about Tropical Storm Melissa. A very beautiful name, but I'm not too sure if it's a beautiful storm. We're hoping that this will not actually visit the island, but it still is in a position that it has been in for the past 12 or so hours, or maybe longer than that, because the system has not moved very much, neither has it developed significantly. There has been no change in the development of the system thus far over the past few hours. This is what the satellite imagery looks like. So it's rather ominous, what we can see on the picture here, but the center of the system is somewhere south of that smallest red area that is close to Jamaica. A little bit south or lower than that smaller red area. So it does have bands around it, a lot of rainfall associated with the system, and that's why we've been putting so much attention on this system, because if it does move in the direction of Jamaica, which is what is projected, it's likely to create quite a disturbance across the island. So just to tell you what the position, the latest forecast track is, they point to the bottom right hand of that picture where you see that round orange looking circle, or is it pink? I'm not too sure, not seeing very clearly from here. But that is where the system is located at this time. And the projected movement will take it first to the northwest and then to make a change to move directly west, practically west. Now at that point, that's when we are expecting that the system will become a hurricane. It is currently a tropical storm. It will continue, or is expected to continue moving westward, and the point that is just south of Clarendon, the center of the island, is where we expect it to become a major hurricane. That means it would become a category 3 or more hurricane, continuing to move westward, and then it will take a move toward the northwest and then toward the northeast, passing the west coast of Jamaica. So it seems that Jamaica is highly protected at this time by the Almighty, because as the system will move toward us, then we expect that it will move around us rather than moving directly over the island. That is what the forecast is. Of course, it is moving very, very slowly. And so there could be changes in how the other climate features orient themselves, and that will make a big difference as to how that track progresses. If high pressures move out of certain areas and low pressures move in or out, then we could have a complete change in the track that is projected of this system. Over the past few hours, about 6 hours, the system has actually shown a slight drift toward the southeast, which is in a direction away from Jamaica, which is a little bit interesting at this time, but it is not to be, yes, we can have some hope, and that's why I wore yellow today, because there's a bright hope that we have where the system is concerned, but it does not mean that the system is now moving away, because that could be very short-lived. The center has been relocated a couple of times, and so that's why it seems that it is actually drifting in that general direction away from us. But it is so slow, it's actually moving at just about 2 kilometers per hour, which tells us we could walk faster than that. So it's not impressive in terms of its movement toward or away from Jamaica. The track remains the same, the projected track that you see on your chart. Let me just move a little bit more just to show you another image of that chart. Where do I point this? Doesn't seem to be moving. Okay. All right, so here we see it. You see the H meaning hurricane, the M meaning major hurricane, and as a major hurricane moving around us. You would recall Hurricane Beryl last year. It was a category 4 to the south of the island, which means it was a major hurricane. So this is similar to also Hurricane Ivan, Hurricane Dean in past years, and moving around us. And then continuing, I'm moving in the wrong direction. No, like Melissa. Here we see another image and just showing the timelines, because it is on Saturday that we expect it to become a hurricane moving west. It is on Sunday that we had expected for it to become a major hurricane, and then continuing around us, and you can see that this goes all the way to Wednesday. So this is a slow-moving system that is expected to remain in our territorial waters for a long time. It has already been here for almost a week, and this is likely to continue for almost another week. We are continuing to watch the movements. Here we see those lines are representative of where we expect, or when we expect, tropical storm force winds to impact on the island. So you can see that Saturday is when we had expected. It said Saturday at 8 a.m. That system to be just about touching on the eastern coastline of Jamaica, and then moving to Saturday, going through the day, Sunday morning, being west of the island. So that is it is expected to pick up speed in terms of movement as well as intensity, and then it is expected to move around the island. So we see the timelines that were projected, but this was some time ago before the system stood still. So that means this timeline will have to be shifted for later activity than what we are seeing here in this chart. This just gives an idea of where hurricane activity could take place, and the center of that, what you see as a kind of circle, a contracted circle or a broken circle, you will see that there, the center of that is where the system is expected to become a hurricane, and therefore the extent of the winds that would imply hurricane activity would be just touching the eastern end, of Jamaica, and that's when, of course, we would know that we would have to be under a hurricane warning. We have not gone to a hurricane warning yet. The country is under a tropical storm warning, which means that tropical storm conditions are expected across sections of the island. And we also have a hurricane watch, which means that hurricane conditions are a possibility for the island, and that is within 48 hours. So I believe that takes me to the end of this presentation, and I'm sure the opportunity will be there for you to ask questions afterwards. Thank you.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.